Hi everybody, Hickok here again. Just sitting out on the front porch reading the newspaper. It's a quiet evening. One of the nice things about living in the country is that you can sit out on the porch and listen to the crickets sing and birds sing. You might even hear some hummingbirds come by. I do like it quiet. You notice I even wear my earplugs when I'm just sitting around reading the newspaper, that kind of thing. For one thing, you never know when something metal could sneak up from behind you. And you might have to throw a little lead at it. So you always have to be ready. But I guess that's the definition of living in the country, right? When you shoot off your front porch. That's one of the definitions, at least. Anyway, I'm going to count this, I guess, as one of my vlogs. Whatever a vlog is. I act like I know, don't I? I do have a playlist for vlogs. And that gives me a little more flexibility if I just want to do something not necessarily goofy, but where I just want to answer some questions and kind of communicate with you. There's so many subscribers now and growing very, very fast. And a lot of people who also just wander into my YouTube channel who are maybe not subscribers but have questions. And I get a lot of those, of course. I thought I would maybe address a couple of those that I get the most often in this vlog. Whoops, wait a minute. There they are again. Yeah, those darn targets down there. They're always calling my name. But I thought I would just address a couple of questions. First of all, I appreciate, again, thanks so much for all the compliments, the kind words. I get very, very few negative comments on any of my videos. If I do, it's usually some troll, somebody wanders through that doesn't know anything about shooting, maybe even hates shooters, just got in there by mistake. They might have searched buffalo or something, or turkey, and they end up with me shooting at a seal turkey. And they thought they were going to see some beautiful landscape with wild turkeys communicating pleasantly with one another or something. I don't know. But I do appreciate it, and I do some crazy videos occasionally, of course. Not that this would be one, right? If you're a shooter, which 99% of you are, or you wouldn't be at these videos, you understand it. You get it. You know, some people spend all their weekends playing golf, you know, or going to NASCAR, or going to the club, whatever they're doing, drinking. You know, a lot of people hang out, that's their hobby, hanging out and just guzzling a lot of beer, you know, which that's fine, as long as they don't meet me on the road. But you probably, as well as I, we enjoy shooting, we enjoy firearms, and we don't let the idiots out there, the minority, the incredibly small minority of thugs influence what we do. That's not a deterrent to us, the millions of respectful and honest gun owners, of course, like ourselves. By the way, if you are a thug and you wandered into my channel, I assume you go somewhere else. I don't want you in my audience, you know. Can't control that, but we are about enjoying firearms and using them constructively or for recreational purposes, as I do in all my videos. So we all know that. As I said, I am a little bit busier now because I'm back to the classroom, and my students come first, of course, so I have maybe some more difficulty answering your emails at times. But again, students come first, and harassing them is my top priority right now. To the questions. Wait a minute. Yep, I thought he was moving. Let's go out at 80. All right, the old trusty Glock 27. Actually, he's more than 80 up here. He's about 90, 95, I guess. The number one question I probably get is, and again, when I'm demonstrating a gun or something, I have a hard time answering some of these, so I want to do that now. But the number one question I probably get is, which Glock is best for me. You know, which Glock should I get? You know, like I'm the authority on which Glock you should get. Now I know most of you already know that, and you don't ask that question, but I do get that question a great deal. So maybe this will help. I can send people to this video if nothing else. Really depends on so many things, as most of you know. I get the question from, of course, new shooters, people wanting a Glock, and I forget that a lot of people, and I can tell from our email exchanges, they've not even held, say, a fixed slided Glock, you know, a 21, a 20, a 30, a 29, and they don't even know the difference in the thickness of the slide or the size of them, really. They just see them and search around and look at pictures and see them on YouTube. And so I try to answer those questions, but let me answer it now, and I probably should do it visually, but by and large, the big caliber Glocks are pretty good size. You need to get into a gun shop, of course, and handle them, rent them, shoot them. You know, find a gun range where you can rent one and shoot it and get the feel for it. And it depends on what you're going to do with the gun, of course, doesn't it? If it's just a range gun, it doesn't matter how big it is. It doesn't matter at all. The biggest questions, though, probably come, or the more common questions come with Glock 19 versus Glock 23, Glock 26 versus Glock 27. That's the most common. Again, depends on your sensitivity to recoil, I think, largely. And you really can't know that. I can't know it for sure, unless you get into a range, rent those guns, borrow one, go with a friend to a shooting range, and shoot that Glock 27 and the Glock 26, or any 9mm Glock versus a 40 caliber Glock. You know, I mean, they're roughly the same size. It's just that it's bigger caliber in the 40, and there is more recoil. Some people, like myself, it doesn't bother me at all. The 27 is a little jumpier, but it doesn't bother me. The 23 the same. I like the 19. I like the 26 just as well. Fun to shoot. Great guns. 9mm is nothing to sneeze at. It's a fine round. So it really comes down to your preference on those two calibers. Guns come in the same size, you know, the 40 and the 9, and so it's kind of based on what you want, what suits you the best, and what your experience is in shooting. If you shoot a great deal, the 40 probably is not too powerful for you. As I said somewhere, I don't know if it's on another video, but if you shoot, I shoot a lot of 44 Magnum and big calibers and hard-hitting guns. I mean, hard-hitting on the shoulder, or you know, hard recoiling guns at times, the 44 Magnum and the short barrel revolvers and things. So when I pick up a 40 and shoot it, or a 10mm, I feel the recoil, but it doesn't strike me as, wow, whoa, you know. Whereas if you don't shoot anything but a 22 and a 9mm, and maybe haven't for years or ever, you pick up a Glock 27, you know, like that one, and you fire it, you might even be able to see from this little right there, it's going to kick a little bit. It's going to jump a little bit. But now, that doesn't mean it hurts. Look at my hand. No damage. No bleeding. You know, my finger's not broken. My thumb is not broken. Felt good. Okay? So it just depends on your sensitivity to recoil, is what it really comes down to. All right? Another question I get a lot is requests to do videos with guns that I don't have. Now, I have quite a few videos, you know, on my to-do list. Some are kind of repeats, or not repeats really, but expansions of things I've done with various guns. But I do have lots of things in mind I've not done yet, with my cap and ball pistols, my 22s, some rifles I've not shot, you know, a lot of those. But, you know, I repeat that I don't really have a Glock 17. They're so large, I'm not drawn to the Glock 17. I had one in the 80s, back when that was the only Glock, but I haven't had one for a long time. I don't have a Beretta, you know, I don't have a Taurus Judge, you know, some of those guns I just don't have. Who knows, I might trade into one at some point. But generally I just do exclusively, I just do videos with the guns that I have and I've shot. So when I run out of those, who knows, I will have probably traded something at that point, and maybe I'll have one of those guns. But right now I'm just doing videos with the guns that I do have. And I do have a long list really of videos I have planned that I have thought of that would be cool to do and I'd like to do at some point. And so anyway, those are some of the key questions I get. What gun's best for you? It's based on so many different factors that, and most of you experienced shooters know that it's hard for me to answer it. I will give you my suggestions, and occasionally I do recommend. Based on what someone tells me, I'll give a recommendation. But it's hard to know until you fire them. You know, I know that it's hard to go wrong with a Glock 19. I mean, if we're talking about Glocks, you know, I would have no problem steering somebody towards a Glock 19. I'm not sure what could be horribly wrong for you, almost anybody with a Glock 19. You know, it's mid-size, fits just about any hand. It's not excessive in recoil, you know, so it's not too small, it's not too big. The Glock 19 is kind of the standard, you know, in a lot of ways. And if you want something a little more punch, the Glock 23, of course, is ideal. So eventually you'll end up with them both, so, you know, it doesn't really matter, does it? So feel free to ask me questions, but I thought in this little video log here, vlog, I would try to answer a few of those. And I'm sorry that I've been interrupted so many times, but you know, if you have a range behind you, out your side door, it's just really difficult not to put bullets in your gun and fire at things. Ho-ho! 90 yards, yeah, I can say 90, can't I? Now I'm going to embarrass myself and try to hit one of the plates. And it's going to be hard from up here. There, got him, all right. So, we love Glocks, don't we? You know, I like lots of different kinds of guns, and I know this is a little bit corny, but that's okay. It's kind of what I'm famous for, I guess. So I'll sign off, and again, I appreciate all the positive comments, all the positive ratings and everything you do. I do get so many messages saying it's difficult to answer them all. Please know that I do appreciate it, and one of my regrets is that I get so many messages and comments and things, and from some really cool people, people I can tell that it would be really cool to have as a friend. You know, I mean a real friend. A lot of people that, well, you know, I've gotten emails from probably 20, 30 people over the last few months that just, they've told me enough about themselves, their military experience, or just whatever, and the kinds of things they like to do, and the guns they like to shoot, different things that really need people. And it's sad to me that they kind of get lost in the shuffle in my scurrying to answer as many of the messages as I can, and then I lose them and I delete them, and you know, just, and then all my other email I keep up with. So but anyway, I appreciate those comments, and I'm sorry that I don't get a better chance to know some of you. So of course you're probably lucky you don't get a better chance to know me. But I will keep posting these stupid videos, and come back and check it out every now and then. Y'all have a good day, and I'll possibly make another video today.